My name is Eric Arnold, and I'm the Chief Technology Officer for a team inside Microsoft called Tech for Social Impact. Tech for Social Impact is a full industry team, vertical team, that focuses on the nonprofit sector. We serve nonprofits, philanthropic organizations, and the United Nations. And one of the great parts about my job is I get to work with nonprofits every day and help them use digital technology in the course of their mission-based work. One of those organizations is FHI 360. FHI 360 is actually an organization I knew. I spent 10 years in the nonprofit sector before joining Microsoft and knew of them. They are a global nonprofit organization that focuses on delivering healthcare, education, and economic mobility to some of the poorest countries and some of the most vulnerable populations around the planet. So it's my pleasure to introduce Meredith. Meredith is going to show a solution that they've built on Power BI that helps them control the spread of HIV/AIDS and save lives. So with that, Meredith.
Thank you, Eric. Hi, everyone. Good morning. So due to limited time, I won't spend a lot of time on the intros. I am Meredith Mahachi. I am a Power BI administrator in the organization, and I also lead the data governance efforts for FHI 360. But I do want to mention the team. There's a great cross-functional team behind this Power BI solution. And my colleagues Amina and Moyo are based in Nigeria and unfortunately couldn't make it to the summit this year, but they're really the brains behind what we're going to show today. So what we want to show you is our Azure and Power BI solution. It's helped us to standardize our data across projects and in countries all over the globe. And we can get to share the results then with the wider global health community, as well as internally know where to direct some resources. So I hope that even if you don't work with a nonprofit, you can get something away from this, because what I found as I come to the different data and tech conferences is we all have the same problems with data and technology, right? It's only the context that is different. So with that being said, I'm going to set up the context that we work in and then go to our Power BI reports that we've put together for our PEPFAR projects. Real quickly, I just want to ask who knows what PEPFAR is? Okay, great. I won't spend a lot of time, but just to get everyone familiar. So PEPFAR stands for the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief. It was started in 2003 under President George W. Bush. So it's been running about 16 years. And in that time, it's invested over $80 billion in the fight against HIV/AIDS. It is the single largest commitment by any nation to combat a single disease in history. Another amazing thing about PEPFAR is that it continues to enjoy bipartisan support and has had 2 reauthorizations. For those of you from the US, you know exactly how amazing that is. So now, just want to talk about the strategy, the PEPFAR strategy. So over its 15 plus years, PEPFAR has always used data really well to refocus and keep its impact up. A core priority of the latest strategy, which is called PEPFAR 3.0, is data for impact. And that focuses on collecting and using, let me see if I can get this right because I always mix it up, data to do the right things in the right places right now. And what they've adopted to help drive what data is really important is what's called the 90-90-90 targets that were put out by UNAIDS in, I think, around 2013. So the idea is that by 2020, the end of 2020, 90% of all people living with HIV will know their HIV status. Also, 90% of all those people living with HIV will receive sustained antiretroviral therapy, or ART, as it's sometimes called. And finally, the last 90 is that 90% of all of those people on the treatment will actually see their viral load suppressed. And I really can't emphasize enough how amazing this is behind the 90-90-90. These drugs are so incredible. And people living with HIV can actually get the viral load down to where it's undetectable. So I know we're going to go over to Power BI soon, but I want to make sure that we keep in mind behind all these numbers and these cool looking graphs are real people and real lives that are being changed, being able to be lived to a full extent. So that's the work that we're doing. I'm really proud to be a part of. Ooh, I'm sorry. I have a bit of a cold, so I'm trying to keep my voice up for the next 10 minutes. I wanted to share, this is across all PEPFAR programs, so this is not just FHI 360, but what PEPFAR has been able to achieve in its programs. We've had 95 million people tested for HIV across all PEPFAR programs, and that means nearly 15 million people are on the ART treatments right now, and 13 countries are on track to reach epidemic control by 2020. So now just to talk a little bit about FHI 360's connection with PEPFAR. So PEPFAR is this large government program. Obviously the US government's not going to go out into a number of different countries and start testing people for HIV and supplying these drugs, but they'll contract with an organization like ours to then work with the host country governments, all the foreign governments, and get that work done. We currently support these PEPFAR activities in over 25 countries right now. The projects can range from smaller focused research on HIV and AIDS to full-blown projects that follow the whole cascade of activities. And so this cascade aligns right with the 90-90-90 target. So it's all about first testing people and making sure that they have accurate information. For those that are found positive, that they're set up with those treatment appointments and can get the doctor prescribed ART drugs. And then finally, the last piece is that they maintain on that treatment and they eventually see their viral load decrease, with the end goal, the ultimate goal, being that it becomes undetectable. So again, these drugs are truly amazing. With the right combination and staying on it within months, some people can experience an undetectable viral load, meaning there's such a low risk of transmission. This includes pregnant mothers who don't have to worry about passing it on to their children. All right. Oh. Well, that was perfect because we are ready to go over to Power BI. Oh no, it just dropped the connection, I think, because my computer's doing something different. So it should be showing this right now.
Exit presentation mode.
Oh. Yep, there we go. All right, so these reports, again, they're to, oh, lovely. My company likes to keep our computers updated, right? Okay, I think you can see that pretty well. So again, these help us to capture the project performance on these service quality indicators across that HIV cascade. This is an overview page. This is really great, even for leadership that's in a meeting. They can see all these KPIs across the top. They can use the map to see exactly which countries we're active in for HIV work and currently what countries we work in. Sorry. I'll just talk about the top two numbers here. And we are set for about half of our fiscal year 19 right now. So we've tested almost 3 million people. And of that 3 million, we have found 99,000 positive. If you're much better at math than me, you know that's about 3.5%. I had to work that out beforehand. which may seem really low, but where we are in the HIV epidemic right now, that's actually a pretty solid number. So this overview page can also start the conversation for leadership or management teams on, if they see a red box here, they can start to think this is under the country Eswatini. That is Swaziland. They changed their name last year. King decided it. It's Eswatini now. So if they see something like that, that's in the number of tests that came out positive. So somebody could start to think, we're not seeing as many positive tests as we would expect. I mean, overall, that's a great thing, but what it means for the project is they're probably not being very efficient or effective in their testing. So they could be testing the wrong areas, the wrong provinces, cities, towns, things like that. But we can look at the whole data set together now, which is amazing, and look at their testing number to help sort of figure out which direction to go in. So even though their testing is green, it's still pretty low at 69%, so that might make leaders think there might be a bigger problem in resourcing for that country in the testing efforts. And so it can start those conversations. If I can go to... So I'm going to go to our Cascade page right now. And this can be great if you're just interested in like your own project, for example, a single project. This helps to highlight that second and third 90 really well. So this is one of our projects in Kenya. And we can see this 91% here represents the second 90. Project's doing great, even exceeding that 90%. And then the third 90 is represented here by the 85%. So we've got a little ways to go, but luckily we have until 2020, and so we're definitely on track to hit that 90% viral suppression in the Kenya project. So in addition to these high-level takeaways from the reports, these reports and the Power BI solution has helped us to, one, alert where we might need to direct more resources. Anytime we can get insight into where resources are being used and how effective they're being used as a nonprofit, that is hugely helpful. And so I'll give an example about that. So let me do that one first. And I should mention, one of the amazing things about this is connected to an Azure Data Warehouse data set. And normally, if you work in similar environments or even project-based, you have discrete projects, and each project team might want to call something different, right? Or add in a custom data point. And so with the use of a lot of Azure tools and being able to seamlessly connect that to Power BI, we can standardize. Whereas before, if you wanted to know about a project or if you wanted to get that global picture for our organization, we'd literally have to reach out to every single project, get what they wanted to provide, and somebody at HQ was manually trying to cobble together how do these relate to one another. So it's been really helpful. So this is an example of a page that was used to alert us last year, where we needed some help in being able to achieve that third 90. We were having people drop out of treatment at pretty high rates in Mozambique. So we can see that here. It's one of the lowest here. This is showing retention rates for treatment. So what we did last year was we sent out a surge team to the country for a couple months. That surge team set up a new data capture process. They used a tool called Kobo Toolbox. This is, I think it's free, might be low cost for sure, but it's just an online open source tool. And with Power BI's web query, we were able to connect right to the data they were putting in. And some of this would be offline, out in these really rural health facility clinics. And we were able to refresh that data daily for the project team. And it helped turn their numbers around. So right now for Q2 in 2019, they're doing really, really good. Okay, great, perfect time. Now I want to show how these reports helped highlight a knowledge sharing opportunity for us. So FHI 360 has over 4,000 employees. Can imagine an organization that large, it's hard to kind of communicate what everyone is doing. Having these reports allowed us to see that our Zimbabwe project was light years ahead and had this really strong positivity rate. So again, I do want to emphasize, this doesn't mean that there was so many people with HIV, but they were being effective and super efficient in their testing, which is great because to test somebody for HIV, especially in these lower resource settings, it's not free, it's not cheap. So we really want to see a positivity rate like that. And this caught the attention of our CEO, and he actually had the Zimbabwe team come and present at an all-staff meeting. And what this highlighted was the methods that they were using, which you can see in this chart here. They're only using 2 methods of testing people. Some projects can use 4, 5, 6 different methods trying to achieve that first 90 and get people tested and aware of the results. These 2 methods are extremely effective. One is the index testing method, and that is when you find somebody who's positive, you test their past and current partners, and each time you find someone who's positive, you sort of work through that tree. Of course, with our global projects, there are some places where we have to understand cultural values, community values, and that may not work. But nonetheless, it was great to highlight, and then other projects were able to connect with the Zimbabwe team and learn how they did do that, because Zimbabwe is also a place where this would be very sensitive information. All right. So that's what I wanted to show in Power BI. Hopefully you can see how this would be really helpful in directing resources. There's some more detailed drill downs in the graphs that we don't have time to go into, but I know specific project managers, regional managers that have used it to look at, okay, if we're going to send a surge team like we did with Mozambique, where do they need to go? Is there one specific town or city or province that is contributing to the numbers here or the results where those limited resources can make the most impact? So it's been hugely helpful for us. I thank you, Eric and Tech for Social Impact, for giving us the opportunity to share this solution and the work that we're doing. So I'll stick around a little bit for questions. Thank you.